It is what you want most over what you want now.
Okay.
What you want most over what you want now. Man,
what do you mean by that?
So many times, because what we want now outweighs what we want most, we never end up getting what we want most.
Wow.
Right? It's just like, man, I'm trying to get this ride now. And I'm trying to get this house now. And I'm trying to get this, whatever it is now. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with sooner rather than later. But if it interferes with what you want most, then it is something wrong.
Wow.
For an example, if what we want most is financial independence, but we keep buying depreciating assets because we want it now, then it's interfering with what we want most.
And sometimes you'll never get there.
That's correct.
Well, most times you'll never get there. Because it's a vicious cycle.
If you're a go-getter, faith-driven, and family-focused, and need to break through to your next level, this is the podcast for you. Your self-talk can reshape every area of your life. It's time to dream and think big. Welcome to the Self-Talk Experience with Darnell and Tracy Self. It's time to elevate, baby. Let's get into the show.
Hey, welcome to the Self-Talk Experience. I'm Tracy Self. And this is my co-host, Darnell Self. Welcome, babe.
You are on one today. You're feeling good. I can tell.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome, everybody, to another Self-Talk. This one right here, I'm telling you, it changed everything for me. You hear me?
Yes. What is it?
It is what you want most over what you want now.
Okay.
What you want most over what you want now. Man,
what do you mean by that?
So many times, because what we want now outweighs what we want most, we never end up getting what we want most.
Wow.
Right? It's just like, man, I'm trying to get this ride now. And I'm trying to get this house now. And I'm trying to get this, whatever it is now. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with sooner rather than later. But if it interferes with what you want most, then it is something wrong.
Wow. For
an example, if what we want most is financial independence, but we keep buying depreciating assets because we want it now, then it's interfering with what we want most.
And sometimes you'll never get there.
That's correct.
Well, most times you'll never get there. Because it's a vicious cycle.
Yep. I remember when we didn't have a lot of money and you were like, right now I'm not going to get my nails done. I'll do it myself. Right now, I'm not going to get my hair done. I'll do my best. Now you got a stylist who travels with you. Shout out. But no, seriously, think about this. Because what we wanted most outweighed what we wanted now. But that would have to be a discussion.
Well, not only was it a discussion, it was hard.
Yeah, it was.
Especially when everyone around me was getting their hair done, was getting their nails done, was going to the movies, going to shows, going on trips. We weren't doing any of that. Yeah. We weren't doing anything. Yeah. And that was not easy.
No,
that was hard.
Yeah, I don't want it to seem like it was easy.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But again, we had a goal and we stuck to it. We really did.
Yeah.
We did.
The part of the challenge is because we're in a business where, and I would say most folks are in a position in today's world because it's attraction marketing.
Right.
And people want to see, right? They want to see what kind of car you driving, what kind of watch you wearing, what type of house you live in.
But for us, babe, it was a little bit easier when we were in that mode because there wasn't social media.
That's my point.
So no one really knew what we were doing or what we had or where we stayed or where we went. But now when you see someone post when they went somewhere, you feel like, I want to go somewhere so I can post.
Right.
So you may spend what you don't have to do that.
So true.
Right? But we didn't have we didn't have that obstacle.
It's hard though.
But it's hard to teach too. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I had my 3rd-degree burn on my hand.
Oh, when you were in high school. Were you in middle school?
Middle school going into high school.
Yeah.
And when I was in middle school, well, I'm about to age myself now. It was junior high school. It hadn't turned into middle.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
So I remember smelling food when I walked down the hall when I was in the 7th grade. I'm like, what is that? They were like, it's called home economics. And you get to cook in the class. I was like, oh, I'm taking home ec. And I did in the 8th grade. And they taught us how to make donuts. And so after they taught us how to make donuts, it's like, man, this is good. Went home and, only child, so I'm at home by myself. And I call my mom in the 8th grade, and I call my mom and say, Mom, I learned how to cook donuts in school. I'm going to make them now. Is that okay? Because I had to.
Were you like 12?
Oh, whatever you are in the 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
Is that you shouldn't be cooking at home?
No.
Don't get my mother in trouble.
I don't think so. But the statute of limitation is over, so she can't get in trouble, right?
Really?
She can't.
Is that what you're doing right now?
No, you're 52.
Okay.
It's okay. She can't get in trouble.
What if I didn't want everybody to know my age? So can we get back to the...
Yes. Because I love when you tell stories. I love your stories. Please continue.
Okay. So 8th grade, learn how to make donuts. Go home, ask my mom for permission to make these donuts.
She says yes.
So I'm making the donuts, and I made the donuts successfully. Well, I don't know if you grew up this way, but once you cook with grease or oil, you didn't actually throw the oil out. I mean, you saved it in a little can. Did y'all do that?
My mom had a can of bacon grease.
Yeah. So,
she did.
Yep. So
she doesn't anymore.
Right. But the only thing...
Well, we don't eat bacon anymore. Sorry, but
why do you like to do stuff? Throw out stuff that has nothing to do with the story?
I'm sorry. Yes, because you asked me a question about the grease.
All right, so look, the only oil or grease you couldn't keep was fish oil or grease because then all of the food you make with it later would taste like fish.
Okay, I didn't grow up like.
So check it out. I made the donut successfully. This is gonna help somebody out.
But you tried to save the grease.
I did. In the pot holder had a hole in it. Why are you laughing?
I'm so sorry.
And I went to it got hot. So I went to go throw the pan.
Oh, babe.
Yeah. And of course the pan weighed more than the grease. So the pan kept going forward towards the sink and the grease came back and landed on my hand. And literally all my skin was gone like that.
Oh my gosh.
Like now I know what they mean when they used to say, I'm going to beat you to the white meat show. I didn't really know that it was like white meat. Like I didn't know that. I can't say that. No, it's white. It's white meat under this black skin.
Oh, baby, just please. Just continue. I cannot.
I'm just saying everybody has that underneath for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh no, long story short, I go to knock on my neighbor's door. She's a nurse. I had to knock with this hand because his hand was off. Oh, by the way, I put water on it. It was like, yeah, it was everything I did was horrible.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad she's a nurse though.
Yeah, but when I opened the door, this is how bad it was. She screamed.
Oh my gosh.
And so anyway, her and her husband took me to the emergency room. Yes. My mom's at home, right? My mom's at work.
She's at work.
So when I wake up and I come to, my mom's there. And they had already drafted skin. They had done all this stuff, right? It was all bandaged up. So here's what the doctor said. He said, you're going to have to make a fist and then open up. Make a fist and then open up.
Okay.
This exercise for, I don't remember how much time. Let's call it 15 minutes. Every day. Twice a day. And if you don't, your skin will grow back without the elasticity. And you'll go to bend your hand and it'll tear and get infected. And if the infection's too bad, we'll have to amputate your hand.
Wow. And you're 12.
Right. I'm in the 8th grade. The next year I'll be going to high school.
Wow. That's a lot for someone so young.
Well, look, check this out though. The reason why I brought it up on this particular episode is simply because at that age, you want to go out. You want to, my friends are like, hey, you coming outside? I'm like, yeah, but my mom was like, did you exercise yet? And I had to make the decision. Is it what I wanted now or what I wanted most? And what I wanted most was my hand.
To heal.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, or just my hand because it could be amputated.
Wow.
So what I wanted most was to always have my hand. What I wanted now was to go hang out with my friends. But I sacrificed some of the time hanging out with my friends until I got the exercise done. All of a sudden, this became a priority. What I wanted most became a priority over what I wanted now. And if people could create this self-talk to remind themselves that what they want most is a priority over what they want now, then they can actually get to what they want now and even faster.
But isn't that amazing? At that age, you were already doing that and didn't even realize that's what you were doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Funny part of the story. You want to hear the funny part of the story? I was going into the 9th grade and I had to, so the skin was growing back and everything, but I had to wear a white glove to keep it safe from getting infected or anything damaging it.
Yeah.
This is when Michael Jackson was at his height, being popular. So people
with
walking
the
around,
one glove.
First year in high school, 9th grade.
Oh.
And people walking around like, hee hee. Like, hee. I was like, really? So
it seems like you got teased a lot.
I did. This is all therapy.
Because remember in the other episode you were talking about the sweatsuit?
Yes, I remember.
And you got teased?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I was your friend back then. I wouldn't have teased you. I would have defended you. I feel so bad. All of this is coming out. I can't imagine the more episodes we do, the more we may find out.
Can we go to sponsors right now?
Yeah, let's go to sponsors. We need to talk.
Okay, good. Let's go to our sponsors. Hey, what's up, fam? You got to connect with J&E Builders. They buy homes in any condition. J&E Builders even help out with distressed properties. And if you're dealing with a significant amount of taxes, J&E Builders will assist you with that home as well. Give them a hit at J&E_builders. That's at Instagram at J&E_builders. So author and trainer Monte Sanders has been in this health and wellness space for over 20 years. His most notable clients are NFL Hall of Famers Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. And guess what? He's got an Amazon best-selling book that you can gain access to right now. It's The Power of You versus You. I'm going to tell you right now how you can get access to that and his other programs. All you have to do is go to thepowerofyouversusyou.com. That's it. Thepowerofyouversusyou.com to get access to that amazing book as well as all of his other programs.
Hey family, make sure you're following my girl Brianna on Instagram at Belux Boutique or to shop for date night or just lounging in the house. She has everything you need. As you can see, go to her website, belux.shop, and get you some great pieces today.
Hey, what's up, Self-Talk Experience family? Listen, I thought I was going to get some bathrooms renovated, but I had no idea when I connected with my man Stan Neal that it would be more than a renovation. I'm not even sure what the term should be. Maybe transformation, because I started with the bathrooms and all of a sudden my entire basement was redone in a way that my family members thought I moved. Seriously. So if you're looking to take your house to the next level, whether it's some custom construction, some transformation of your bedroom, your bathrooms, your family room, your great room, I did it all. I mean, if I showed you my entire house before and after pictures, in fact, I'm going to show you some, you would say, no way is that the same room or the same house. Listen, I'm just saying this because I've got personal experience with this gentleman. So you want to connect with him. I'm going to give you the number, his office number to reach him, as well as email. And again, you will not be disappointed. So if you want to reach him via his office number, 202-359-3923. Again, 202-359-3923. And email is Stan, Stan.nealjr, Nealjr at freshairllc.com. Connect with my man Stan. You won't be disappointed.
We're back from our sponsors. Babe, I was thinking about something, though. Mm-hmm. We were talking about sacrificing what you want to now to get what you want most, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we kind of talked about it, but I was thinking about when I said I wasn't able to get my nails done and get pedicures, get manicures. And I didn't do it then, so I can do it now because I made that sacrifice. But I was thinking about the ripple effect of that, because not only do I get to do it now, but because I sacrificed back then for me, now Milan, my daughter, gets to do it with me.
Right.
So it was double. Because I'm able to do it for not only for myself, but for someone else.
Double for your trouble, amen.
I'm being serious.
No, that's really good. I mean, you got to think about this. And I'm thinking about specific things, right? You said, hey, what I want most is to not have to worry about being able to afford to get a manicure, because you don't think about that anymore,
right?
In that way. But now Milan and our kids have that opportunity to.
And that actually is something special that we do together.
Yeah. And
it's created so many memories and moments of outings with just the two of us.
Yeah.
So it means even more than just the act of getting a manicure.
Right.
It encompasses so much more for me.
Right.
Than that.
But think about this. I mean, the times we were like, hey, we can't take the trip. Like as bad as we want it to go.
Right.
It's like, it's probably just not best right now.
Right.
Because of what we wanted most. But then think about how long our kids been traveling internationally with passports. So like you said, it's a ripple effect.
Even without us.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's a ripple effect because not only are we talking about, this is legacy. Right. When you think about, like I read a book called The Jewish Phenomenon. And when you think about giving up for your generation, for the generations to come, like at some point, somebody's got to draw a line in the sand. At some point, somebody's got to say, you know what?
Right.
I can't blame my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my father. Maybe they didn't have the same opportunities we have today. But if I have the opportunities today that they didn't even have, and all I got to do is be willing to give up now for what I want most, like even if they gave up now, what they wanted most still perhaps wasn't realistic.
That's so true, babe. But there's so many people who aren't willing to do that.
Yeah.
They want to stay in the here and now, and I'm going to get it, and I'm going to get this now.
Right.
And not realizing that they're missing out on so much more.
Yeah.
So much more if they would just take a second and sacrifice.
Yeah. But you also have to be willing to create success for a future generation and perhaps not look as successful yourself. Not be as successful, but look as successful. You know what I mean? And not everybody can do that, right? Because we're concerned about what other people think.
But everybody wants to leave their mark on the world. And you have to be able to appreciate that.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
Most people, I would think.
Yeah. But here's the great thing about wanting most over what you want now.
Okay.
The great thing about this and everything that you're saying is just making me think of this is that right now we're just making people aware that when they say, man, I really want that, they can now say to themselves, is this interfering with what I want most?
There's that self-talk, right?
Yep.
They're able to ask themselves that question.
Yeah. And this is what it's all about. It's right. Becoming more aware of what we're saying to ourselves. Like, hey, I deserve this. And you do. But do you want to have it now over what you want most?
Right.
Right. And so those are some of the things that perhaps we never articulated like this because we didn't have this platform to articulate it. But now we do. So we get to share some of the shifts in mindset, the shift in self-talk, the shift in what we're able to affirm and then manifest.
Right.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. It's just so thought-provoking. I feel like we could talk about this more.
I do too.
I really do.
I do too. I'm sure it'll come up again in a future episode. But for right now, you guys, be careful when you're cooking donuts.
Especially if you're 12 and your mom's not home.
Really?
Then there's that. Babe, yes, you should be careful when you're cooking donuts, but I really don't think that was a good decision. Your self-talk said to you that day, you know what, D? Because you said you call yourself D. You know what, D? We're going to make some donuts. You can do it. Not good self-talk.
Okay. So what about the time when you were younger?
Wait, whoa. Okay. All right, guys, this has been another episode of the Self-Talk Experience. We love you guys out there. My co-host, gotta love him.
Thank you for listening to the Self-Talk Podcast with Darnell and Tracy Self. We hope you enjoyed. Be sure to rate and review this podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform. And we'll see you next time. And remember, talk good to yourself.
If you've ever started something and said to yourself, I'm not quitting until I reach the finish line, there's a perfect podcast for you. The We Won't Quit podcast by my man, Mike Humes, mailman and millionaire, never gave up. Not only did he have success, but he's helped a ton of other people do the same thing. He's going to be interviewing people who never stopped until they finish. So check it out. We Won't Quit podcast.